Welcome to another day um, of home gardening. Um, I went away for a week and we have a few overgrown situations. Have you ever had a week where you went away and no one weeded? So, this is the before, basically, a lot of overgrown areas, but also a lot of good growth. Our grapevine is doing pretty well. I gotta set up our bird feeder again. We have our radishes coming up really nice, strong, tall. And we also have this one, which I believe is going to be another form of radish. This I still don't know, and I think a lot of other things crept in, so we'll see. The corn lettuce doing really well. I harvested it and ate it, and we had burgers. But I'm just gonna get the little riffraff weeds that are crawling in, but all is looking really well. I like the way it's growing, and it's growing back fast. I'm also harvesting, or will harvest some basil today, just a little bit for just ideas, recipe ideas that I had in mind. This is my marigold. It's doing well, going strong. Nice and bright colors, very good pollinators. This plant, I don't even remember its name, but it's doing so well. It's beautiful. I'd love to take some inside one of these days. Basically, I like to make my own little flower bunches, small ones, nothing big. But it's growing well, and I'm hoping it'll bud a little so that if I do harvest some, take it inside, the outside can still enjoy it. But the marigolds are my favorite. They're my fave. They really are. So I'm gonna harvest some basil, but not a lot. Just enough to be able to season food if I need to. This one is really growing well. It's growing vertically. Last year it grew kind of horizontal, but I like it. So yeah, just a few pieces. Put it in some Ziploc bags and just have it ready, just in case. So yeah, looking for my bowl. I'll put these here in the meantime. But I'll do a little weeding as well, getting out some of these things. I went away for a week, hanging out with some friends at a summer camp, and it was fun. But back to the grind and the weeding process, and just little by little. I spread my weeding out throughout the week, doing little at a time. Husband waters and make sure that all the nutrients is happening, but weeding is important too. And whenever you get a chance, it's a good idea to do it little by little. Yeah. Well, this is my first run. I got all the big ones, but you still got to get all the little ones and not just the tops. Try to pull the whole thing out. That's important. Okay. And now for this is one of the collard green leaves. Yeah, I think I got enough, but I'm gonna go pick more just to show you how far along we got with that one. But these are my radishes. I got one that I didn't want, but that's what happens, I guess, when the weeds grow among the plants that you want. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice them. I do say that I think I planted too many of the seeds right next to each other, so that's why I have so much in one spot. But little by little, as I see which ones are growing the strongest, I'll decide which ones to keep. But this radish plant is obviously doing very well. Also, should have labeled these, but I can tell this is a weed. This is one that grows commonly around here. So I still don't think, I think whatever I did plant did not take very well. So I'm going to just wait. And I'm not going to do too much weeding until I'm for sure that I'm not getting anything. Just pulling the things that I know pretty much look like weeds, like the crabgrass and these leaf plants. I see them a lot, so I'm pretty sure that these are weeds, so I'm gonna pull these. And we get what we get. Live and we learn. But it's always good to label what you plant so you can look up online and be sure basically that you planted the right thing. This is definitely what I planted. It's some herb, and I guess I will come to know very soon. But I planted a lot of like brown things, radishes. This time around I didn't go crazy with the big fruit. Just I wanted to try something different. But again, I planted them so close to one another, and so sometimes it's hard, but I like it this way because it's compact and I don't need to do a whole lot of weeding because it's just a small area. And I gave my husband the bigger things, so this time I just want to do something my pace. So I'm really thankful that whatever it is coming up, and I'd like to try it, eat it, use it very soon. Okay, this was my tiny flower garden. Like I told you, I didn't go crazy this year. My primrose was doing so well. It was doing so well, and it still is, but the leaves are a little yellow, so maybe not enough water. This plant came along really nicely. It's so beautiful. But I'm not going to pick it, obviously. I want it to stick around a while, so I'm going to pick all the little weeds around it, but it's doing well. Of course, marigolds. I love them. They're my favorite. I feel like they bring personality to any garden, and it's kind of hard to kill. Like, they do really well, and they're beautiful. So, yeah, they're good pollinators. The birds and the bees love them. The bees in particular. So plant them, especially if you have a vegetable garden. It's a great idea. Now, to the issue at hand. My husband sent me outside. He said, "Woman," no, he didn't say that. He said, "Please harvest some collard greens for me. I need them." And I said, "Sure." So I got a few. As you can see, these are our tomatoes. They're doing pretty well. They're heavy, so I had to provide some kind of support. So I just got like a broomstick, stuck it in the ground, and kind of lifted them up. But there's so many other things you can do. Send in the comments, write in the comments some ideas. Oh, and I just spotted a giant zucchini. Yeah, I'm gonna have my husband get that one. This one is large. Yeah, these are big. If we don't get them soon, the animals will. Maybe I should try to get it. Just rescue it before something else tries to eat it. Oh, got it. Ugh. So, these are one of our zucchini squashes. I'm gonna give this to my mama. It's a good size, it's healthy, it's nice. These are good, especially if you cut them up and roast them or saute them, stir fry them. Very good and tasty. I'll lay them right next to our basil. Doing really well. But in terms of the collard greens, I don't cook them. My husband does, so I don't really know how much to get. I already harvested this plant, but I'm told you always take basically the bigger leaves, leave the smaller ones to grow, develop. So I'm taking these bigger ones that are at the bottom, basically with my cutting shears. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. So I'm taking this and this, these leaves that are bigger and at the bottom, because I feel like I probably could use more of those. Probably the yellow ones are not the best, but I'm gonna take them off because they're taking energy from the plant. This one. Okay. All right. And I think I'll just take like 2 or 3 and that's it. So these plants did very well this season. And this one. So I think this will be good. What we don't use today or this week, we will probably just freeze, put it in the freezer, or just put it in the refrigerator and do it on another day. And so those are our collard greens. There's a few of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. Woo, 6. And the kale is going strong. We completely harvested it before I left on my trip. and it did very well. It's coming back strong. Our broccoli also doing well, growing back after being harvested a couple of times. Gave it to some neighbors because you can only eat so much broccoli. But I'm gonna cook them up for this week. Definitely what we were able to harvest. These are squash also. The yellow squash, I noticed, not that they're having trouble, but I don't see them sprouting up as much as the green squash. I feel either they're more yummy for the plants, but I haven't seen as much. So we're gonna be looking into that, seeing why that might be. They're there, it's just I haven't seen them become large. These are our big beef steak tomatoes. They should be turning red soon, but we'll see how that goes. And finally, this is our grapevine, the second one that we planted this year. It's doing pretty well. This is me again trying to stabilize these tomatoes. We gotta find a better way. Guys, write in the comments, help us out. But this, let me take up these. But this is our tomato vine. Again, we're doing this for the first time, and we're probably gonna leave it here over the winter and let it have a year, full year to grow. But it's doing really well too. And so that's our garden. You saw it from start to finish, and the watering system has pretty much proven to be strong. We just need to keep up with weeding and harvesting when we need to. All right, guys, this is our collard greens. Have a great one.